is to find out whether or not the position is relevant today.
So if the position is relevant,
Relevant to the way to what we need.
Our structure.
Let's say we don't have a structure.
Okay. Okay. Eliminate the box.
is position relevant? Period.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relevant kind of answers all the questions.
Is this the right place to ask the question of how then might growth impact?
I think that would be part of the larger question, is how everything is going to be impacted by it. Rather than micromanagement, it's probably not a good word, but, and what are, I guess in here we need to define what are the needs of the position. So what type, what is that position, in order for that position to be successful, what does it need? That could be computers, that could be GPS systems, that could be training.
Is that position for success?
Let me ask you a question. The waste treatment plant, is it good till I'm dead, or is it good for the next 25, 30 years?
Or what?
Are we going to have to add to it?
That's a loaded
Oh.
question.
Yeah.
Got no answer on that one yet.
Yeah.
Well, James, I think the short answer is that is, what, 3 years past life cycle?
That's what.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's going to be something you can tell. In theory, there's new technology,
If,
so
you know,
you're going to have to
preventative
expand it.
maintenance is done on, it could last a long time, right? But if you shortchange maintenance, then it's not gonna last very long.
So one of the things that they do during this process is they actually do interview everyone. Okay. They interview everyone in these positions, and that comes back to what Councilor Bullman just said about relevance to the position. That's how, one way that they get to it is this is what the job description says, this is what the interview said, okay, and then so forth. And then that's when they start getting to their conclusions, is primarily with those two pieces right there. Yeah, the alignment of those two pieces, and the and that lines out with the let me see where am I at.
So, Julian, number 2 up there should be asset requirement.
Asset what?
Asset requirements, hard and soft asset. I don't want to do any definition on it.
Yeah.
I like it that, and it's in general like that, yes. So,
I thought we said what are the needs of each position?
I've changed it to asset, that's a much fancier sound.
well, no,
It's a $10.
that makes a lot more sense. Hard and soft assets, that makes more sense for me.
So is that like, what of our risks and stuff and what we're doing now, what are we going to be doing? I mean, does that go into it?
Assets.
So on the assets, so basically you're talking people and equipment primarily is what you're talking about with hard and soft assets. Is your personnel, your people, and the equipment required. Okay.
So,
This is what you're talking about with that.
Does public works guy need a high school education, or does he have to have a master's to use a shovel? Overkill.
Well,
We're getting down to that nitty gritty.
well, no, I think,
It's the difference.
no, I think we're okay here. I do. So, because you do want to know, as they do their staff analysis, and that's where I was trying to get back to, was the complete a citywide staffing analysis by classification and level of responsibility. Okay. So that's really what you're tying into right here. Okay, it's part of your staff analysis. Okay, as they analyze the different positions. Okay. And
And I think really that's all we need for number one. We can move to number two, if you guys okay? Does that wrap it up for everyone here?
I think for now.
Yeah.
So the next one is assess all policies. I have it here. All policies and procedures, and basically ensure they follow federal, state, and local laws and policies. Okay.
So this brings up the issue of policies, and do we have policies?
So, yes, we do. We do. The biggest one we have is our personnel policy. Other policies have been drawn from ordinance. And so if you look at most ordinances, there's a clause in just about every one of them that says, and construct or construct what rules or policies that you need to basically follow the directives of the ordinance. So there's a small clause like that just about every ordinance.
So as a part of this assessment, will they be defining whether this is an operational policy or this is a legislative policy, or how would they break it down?
Well, you know, I don't know, but we can ask them to do that. So really, it's fairly easy to define a legislative policy. Is a legislative policy basically is an ordinance or a resolution passed by the council.
And so back and forth, I mean, so you look at a policy and you say, what is the legislative piece that caused this policy to be in place? And we look at the legislative piece and say, okay, what policies enable this legislative piece to work? So that's why when we're talking about back and forth, do we have the right policies to enact our legislation? Do we have the right legislation? Do we have policies that perhaps exceed our legislation? Because that happens as you start going through stuff and saying, this is how we're gonna enact this, then all of a sudden it's like, okay,
Right.
we maybe stepped too far, or not far enough.
So, and then you take it to that next step,
Right.
the administrative side. Okay, so, you could have administrative policies and procedures that are strictly administrative. For example, we're gonna paint all widgets in the city the color red. Okay, that's an administrative policy. It's an operational policy. It is not legislative. It's specifically to the personnel, to the operational piece of the organization. It's not saying citizens aren't being affected or directed. Okay, that's strictly an internal.
A good example would be preventative maintenance policies,
Yes.
or public works construction, what kind of paperwork you need to have submitted, or a public record request, that's an administrative policy. A complaint, that's an administrative policy. Yeah, which one just is that what policies do we need to make the operation effective?
Correct.
And
Have the
efficient.
right policy.
And if we do, where are the gaps? How do we type those gaps up?
So,
I think the
Are you
cautionary
there,
statement is here
Well, I'm
is
just-
that perhaps we don't need the council to step into the weeds.
You can pass an ordinance, noxious weeds.
Yeah, so you
Then
pass,
who-
you pass an ordinance,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
a policy that you're gonna have a stop sign at the corner of Hill Street and Howard.
That governs
But who
all
does
citizens.
that? Now who puts the stop sign in and then who enforces the stop sign?
Yeah, that's my
So
point.
like with the noxious weeds, is police department, fire department, where we have a code enforcement, or who's going to do those?
So if
things?
we look at it like this, is that legislative would be globally governing the whole citizen body. Administrative would be governing the departments within the operations of the city administration, public works, our departmental policies, like that.
And then there's some things we can pass an ordinance on, but we don't really have a grip on, such as the marijuana thing. That's a state mandated thing, and there's supposed to be filters and fences and cameras and no smell.
Right.
But it doesn't always work that way.
But where's the,
Right.
yeah, and where's the
But we can't
enforcement
do anything
piece?
about it,
But
but
where's
we're
the
playing
enforcement
LCC
piece of it?
about that.
A municipality can enforce that, and whether or not
Yes.
they're complying, in compliance or not.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, is that sometimes you can't do anything about it. It's
No.
one step beyond you.
Right, only if it's voted, right? So since everybody approved marijuana, then
You're stuck.
you're stuck.
Not everybody approved. it.
Right.
Majority.
Well, majority.
Excuse me, there's just everybody.
Good answer, good answer.
Yeah. And just to touch on the stop sign for just a second. Only this body right here can say if we can put it there or take it off. Okay? So that is, because you are the road authority as a legislative body. So some signs, we can replace signs like for maintenance and stuff like that, but to physically remove that pole or to physically go place another one, remember we brought the disabled sign to you guys? The one that we just put out here? That's why, is because you all have to say, where can we put that pole? Okay, and where can we put that sign? Now, we can replace signs, change signs out, those kind of things, but you are the road authority. So, that's why that all comes to you. So, and I get it, the legislative versus the administrative, I get it, it's confusing, and I get it that sometimes folks feel, well, everything is filtered through here before it gets to us. Yeah, that's basically that's the form of government that we have. And again, as Councilor Holson said, y'all can always look at reviews and do reviews of charter and those kind of things. So, where we at back on this, if that's okay. Anything else on here?